everyone, it's Sandy. It's actually, getting on for the end of the day here in the UK. But it just felt that I should come on and do a rose reading. The energies today have been pretty intense here in the UK, and for those of you that are UK based, I mean, we've just had the news that we sort of half expected today that we would be entering into another lockdown process. And this bowl of mastery, this violet aura gold bowl of mastery, felt like she wanted to be involved in the reading this evening. We are in unprecedented times, and of course today was Samhain, when the veils are at their very thinnest, and we have had a full moon in Taurus at about 2:45 this afternoon here in the UK. These are just the most extraordinary times, and ones in which we are being called to activate and use the tools at our disposal to maintain that path of inner mastery, even though what we are experiencing on the screen of our lives is slightly more complex. Hi Jonathan, hi Anna. I've seen several of you pop up on the screen as I was playing the bowl. So yeah, these are intense times. We need to take the sustenance, if you like, the food out of the fridge, so to speak. We need to bring all of these tools that we have been working with, that we have been exploring the qualities of. We need to bring them all into play now, into the way that we can best hold ourselves steady. The turbulence, of course, isn't just in the UK. I know that some of you on the reading are based in Europe, and there is complexity through Europe too. And of course, in the USA, you are in this last few days before the election. So all around us, whichever way we turn, we are seeing unrest. We are seeing the complexity of what's been sitting as an undercurrent in our day-to-day lives actually bubbling to the surface. And this is just an extraordinary time. Hi Anne, hi Jackie. And as I say, the calling to our path of mastery is louder than ever now. Hi Lisa. So yeah, if we look at this whole day today and this piece of Samhain and All Hallows Eve, this is a time when the veils are at their thinnest. And if we look at what there is in the honouring of the ancestors, what we have to see is the pattern, the patterns that have come down to us through the ancestors into this alchemical pot of our hearts for us to be able to transmute, to work with these energies, to release any residual trauma that may have come down through the line. Each and every one of us came in with tools. We came in with soul memory and also a path of mastery that we were seeking in this lifetime. So in embedding into the genetic coding, into this ancestral lineage that was unique to our particular story, so the inner activation began for that which we came to work with, the polishing of our own diamond, if you like, that is taking us on that place of inner mastery. So we have the most incredible times that are unfolding in the week that is ahead. We have the American elections on Tuesday, and we have the entry point for the UK into a month of lockdown from Thursday. So again, the opportunity is certainly for us here in the UK is to use this time to go inwards. What else is there is residual? What else is there that needs to be seen and integrated and released? What is this path that is calling us? And the roses, for me, have been the tool all the way along that have helped me find a place of grounding, of rooting. Obviously, the rose needs to have her roots strong into the earth. She needs to have that connection into the nourishment, into the essence of the Divine Mother. So from there, she rises and is drawn to the light and the warmth, which enables her to grow and to blossom. And this is the path that we need to be able to follow now. We need to be able to know where our root is. Not that our root is entangled with someone else, that our root is strong and solid, and that we have a sound foundation, base second chakra, tribal understanding, our understanding of the roots of our lineage. So again, we come back to Samhain and the honouring of our ancestral line, but the roots of our lineage. And as we rose from that base chakra, that foundational base chakra, that which gave us birth and brought us here on the earth plane, as we rose from that, we come into that sacral chakra, what Jung would call the individuation. Who am I within that, in the tribe, in my tribe? Who am I? You know, what is my sensuality? What's my sexuality? What is my sense of myself as an individual? And what gifts did I come here to bring? What creative gifts have I come here to bring? And this, more than any time now, is when we have to, you know, actually almost go back to what was written on the entrance to the oracle at Delphi. Know thyself, and to thine own self be true. This path of understanding self and being able to anchor truly into that base second chakra enables us to have that strong root down into our Earth Star, down into the Gaia Gateway, connected and rooted into the earth, so that we can rise and we can absorb and draw from the divine light, which enables us to uniquely blossom as who we have come here to be. And I feel that as we move through this, the minefield that has been our experience of 2020, and I don't think it's going to be over in a flash as we go into 2021, but there will be a different flavour to what is going to be carrying us forward. Hi, Kimla. So we are moving into a new trajectory that will take us from 2021 to 2030, and it is then time for us to have our gifts beautifully honed for us to be able to share those gifts with the world. And I've been very blessed in this last 10 years to have been working with this Rose Oracle. It has been a path of deepening, it's been a path of understanding self that has been totally extraordinary from my perspective. And actually, had they not come through as they did in 2010, I'm not even so sure that I would still be here on the earth plane. They have been so significant in my life. So shall we see what wisdom the roses have got to share with us for this particular full moon, for this journey through Samhain and into what may well turn out to be an extraordinary week here on the earth, both here in the UK, in Europe, and obviously for those of you in the US and in navigating these times. What wisdom of the roses can we bring forward here? So the first rose is Rose Mars 7, and she says, I am receptive. This rose is deep, and she calls us into this place of being able to take that in-breath, being able to take that pause, regardless of what is showing up on the screen of our lives, to allow ourselves to receive and to go within that receiving. I often see the journey through the year as being like the in-breath and the out-breath of God. There is this in-breath as we journey from the summer solstice to the winter solstice, and an out-breath as we breathe out from that winter solstice out to the summer solstice. This rose calls us in to be opening to that very divine feminine quality of receptivity. We often feel that the masculine, particularly the more patriarchal masculine, is a very doing, it's an out there, it's a drive, go, get it sort of energy. This rose is saying the counter intuitive place to that is to come within, is to receive, is to take that in-breath in and assimilate what is occurring in order to make the choices of next steps. So this rose, I mean, you know, she's almost yoni shaped. She is a very sensual, very subtle energy that wants to draw us in, wants to draw us back in to that place of being open to receive. And that is it's almost a magnetic energy as opposed to something that is a more driving force or more conscious. It's allowing ourselves to be magnetic receptors at this time, so that we have the opportunity to recharge and restore in whatever place of pause point that we might have in the seeming chaos that is showing itself on this outer screen of our lives. And of course, she is a very deep gold. This deep and that rich orangey colour inside is very much connected to the sacral chakra and very much connected to our creativity. Is there somewhere here, if she's resonating for you, is there somewhere here where actually taking the time to just breathe in and come back within yourself, that you can reconnect with a different level of creative aspect of self? Is there something else that you are being called to birth? So again, we come back to the yoni shape of this, center of this rose. You know, what are you being called to birth at this time? Because we are in this massive change point, and our creative aspect is one of the places in which we can share our inner landscape with the world. So what is the second card that the roses want to offer us? So this is Rose Angel 3. Interestingly, this was a rose that came to me from a beautiful garden in New Jersey, and from a lady called Ellie. And this is a knockout, it's called a yellow knockout rose. But you'll see that this is Rose Angel 3. She is all about forgiveness. She is asking us to suspend judgment. This is connected in on the, she sits on this Ajna forehead chakra combination. And she is, you know, this monkey mind where we have a narrative that's going all the time about what we see, what we hear. And this rose is really calling us to bring ourselves back into center. You'll notice that this rose has almost got arms wrapped around her heart, this golden heart piece. So there is there's like a virtual hug, but she's also saying, where else do you need to look within to see where you're still in judgment and where you can come to a place of forgiveness? Hi Renee, hi Maya. These are important times to move through and see what is still running for us and where we can take another step towards inner peace through a conscious decision to move into a place of forgiveness on the past. And through that place of forgiveness comes another level of grace. And it is grace that opens up the heart and allows us to let another level of these old stories go. We have to travel light and as light now. There is so much that is at odds with our path of inner peace, that actually whatever we can find grace and ease with and just let it go. This is a perfect time. A full moon brings another opportunity to complete an aspect of our journey and to move into that place of grace. So what's our third rose that wants to come and have a voice with us this evening? These roses offer us a reminder. They're a nudge. They are a place in which we can use the opportunity for a contemplation, for a reflection. And this is a perfect time when the veil in between the worlds is at its thinnest. We can also get great insight, of course. Another Rose Angel this evening, Rose Angel 1. Now this Rose Angel sits on the crown. You can see she's got an open heart. Very clear that not that many of the roses in the Rose Oracle have got a really clear open heart. You can see her corona, yeah, and she's come with buds. Again, so many of the roses in the Oracle don't have that, but she is calling us to let go of the wound of separation, to understand that we are all one, we are all facets of humanity, and there is the opportunity through her lens to surrender, to not cut ourselves off and shut ourselves down, but to keep that connection really open and to surrender into the flow, to surrender into that sense of again, we come back to grace. We come back into this place of knowing that there is no happenstance, that we signed up to be here now, even if we might at times think we didn't look at the small print. There must have been something in the small print that would have told me that I was heading into this kind of complexity. But I do feel that this is the time that we have done all of this work for. This is the time that all of the threads of our life are starting to really come together to create this beautiful tapestry that enables us to stand strong and tall. Hi, Juliet. Hi. And this rose really says surrender into the flow. Surrender into this place of taking your right place in this journey. Yeah, the small print. Yes. It's crazy times, isn't it? Yeah, so, you know, the fact that we've got two of the roses tonight are the rose angels. And the rose angels, for any of you that have done any of the rose work with me or have worked with the Rose Oracle, you will know that the rose angels are the transformers for the wounds to love. So when we judge our heart shut, when we separate out our heart shut, when we open to forgiveness and to the grace of forgiveness, we open. And when we surrender into the fact there is a bigger plan, there is a bigger picture at play. And the one thing that we can say through all of the experiences that we are experiencing as a human family currently, it is an enormous wake-up call. A wake-up call to perhaps being aware of some of the freedoms that we have taken for granted, that have been disappearing at a rate of knots here in the UK of recent times. And also, of course, the unspoken stuff that is hidden underneath our societal norms that are also starting to come to the surface. Things that have not been clear, and the hidden is starting to be revealed, and it is truly shocking. So we really are in unprecedented times. So these two roses are asking us to stay open to the fact there is a bigger truth, there is a bigger story at play here, and to be forgiving of ourselves and others. Of course, we have not walked in another's shoes. We do not know the story that is up behind it, but we can be aware of our own stuff and to bring our responsibility and a process to our own stuff, because it really, you know, it's all an inside job. We have to deal with what comes up as triggers in our own process. And of course, ultimately, in both of these roses, you know, the heart can be seen. The roses are open. This rose is calling us into the depths. And as I say, she says, I am receptive. And this is a Rose Ma rose, Rose Ma 7. Deep and asking us to open to receive, to really activate the magnetics of our beingness, and to come into to trust to a degree. There's a real sense of the fact that we really do have to stay in faith and trust that there is a bigger picture unfolding for humanity, and that there is a more positive path that will unfold through the chaos that we are currently experiencing in the breaking down of a framework that wasn't sound and was flawed. So there we are. That's our 3 roses for this particular time. I hope that they have offered you some kind of inspiration for this process. And once again, we're going to be working with the Alchemy Bowl, the Violet Aura Gold Bowl of Mastery. And what else have I got to share? Tomorrow, I have got a 2-hour webinar tomorrow afternoon that is all about creating sanctuary for the soul, how we can ensure that we have got the optimum space for this next period of our lockdown here in the UK and whatever's unfolding for you all in the US. Our homes must be a sanctuary. It must be that you as you walk through the door, your home wraps its arms around you, and that you feel safe, nourished, inspired, and energized. And this is the only way that we can truly come home and unpack our energy fields to recharge recharge ourselves to go back out into the world. So whatever you do, treat your home as a sanctuary, and to be able to create beauty in whatever environment that you're in. Sorry, I'm just going to have a look at the... Oh, bless you, Jackie. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. So, and just to say, if you're wondering what the mandala is behind me, it is the beautiful Rose of Venus from Stephen Meakin. And it's a double pent. It's a weave of the masculine, feminine, and as I say, it's called the Rose of Venus. So it's just a beautiful sound to finish off with. And a couple of other additions to say. I had a new delivery of printed silk, which will be made into beautiful, brand new selection of the roses for rose mats. And if you order within the next week, I can do them into cushions or into pillows. And what else have I got to share? There's a new essence coming on this. It's currently in the glass room where there is a Venusian galactic portal. There's a new essence cooking over this full moon, which should be available at the end of next week. And the Space Clearing Workshop last weekend is shortly available on a click and download. I've got some work to do on the website coming up, so hopefully it'll all be there soon. So again, thank you so much for joining me, and full moon blessings, rose blessings, and yeah, may life treat you kindly in this coming week. It's an intense time for sure. Much love and rosy blessings to you. Bye for now. Bye-bye.